The first thing I did after being reborn was to smash the keepsake of the scheming girl's mother in front of my 3 child grooms. They immediately ordered me to kneel and apologize to her. But I was no longer the fool who let them control me in my last life. I slapped them without hesitation and told them to recognize their place. They were nothing but orphans taken in by my family. If I said one word, they would be thrown out instantly because I was the daughter of a powerful conglomerate. In my previous life, my father was afraid I would be lonely. So he adopted the 3 of them from an orphanage to grow up with me. He hoped they would help manage the conglomerate in the future. But I never expected. They harbored wild ambitions. For 10 years, they worked together to drain the conglomerate and spread rumors to ruin my reputation everywhere. In the end, to please a maid's daughter, they pushed me off the rooftop with their own hands. Luckily, I was reborn, returning to the day I had to pick a fiancé among them. But before I could react, they barged in with the scheming girl and questioned why I stole her mother's keepsake. I thought it was ridiculous. A month ago on my birthday, she intentionally gifted me a bracelet, then immediately told them I stole her mother's relic. In this life, I could not be bothered to explain. I smashed the so-called relic in front of them, then slapped one of the child grooms again, warning them to know their place. And if they were unhappy, they could leave right now. They had no right to raise their voices here. But they actually thought I was playing hard to get, because next week I would choose one of the 3 to get engaged. They walked away proudly with the scheming girl, watching her provocative gaze. I felt nothing but irony. In my last life, I actually let someone like her toy with me. In this life, I wanted to see what they could achieve without my family sheltering them. I immediately called my father and agreed to the marriage alliance with the president's family. He was overjoyed when he heard it, because our 2 families had been close for generations. Years ago, the president was paralyzed in a car accident. I refused to marry a disabled man and insisted on breaking the engagement. My father never got over it. Now that I was willing to marry again, he was truly happy for me. At that moment, I heard laughter downstairs from the child grooms and the scheming girl. When I went to look, I saw her wearing a wedding gown for photos. In my last life, one child groom secretly stole my wedding gown design. When I caught him, he cried and begged me not to call the police, saying he only wanted to leave his name on my gown. I softened and let it go. He then won first prize in a design contest with my drawing, but the gown itself mysteriously disappeared. Only after reliving my life did I realize he had given that gown to the scheming girl. Thinking of this, I immediately went downstairs and sprayed them both with the hose until they were drenched. She cried and accused me of being unreasonable, saying I ruined the gown just because I was jealous. I laughed in anger and asked the child groom, who actually designed the gown unexpectedly, to impress her. He shamelessly claimed that because his name was written on the design, the gown was his. I did not bother arguing, because earlier, I had already sent the surveillance footage of him stealing my design to the media. He would soon be blacklisted from the design world, and this was only the first step of my revenge. The other 2, I would not spare either. But before that, there was something more important I needed to confirm: whether the president was faking his paralysis. In my last life, when I was pushed off the rooftop, I saw him jump after me to save me. His supposedly paralyzed legs were perfect.